Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SCL0320 representing JVS. As you can tell by the title, this is a comic book review. This is reviewing the Batman Rebirth series, Batman number 21. This is the first part 1 of the Button arc that's connected with, I think, the Batman comics and just the Flash comics. I don't think Wonder Woman or Superman are involved necessarily, but I think everybody generally be affected based on the fact of, you know, DC Rebirth and how it started and how they found the Button and how, you know, Wally West was connected with Speed Force and just in general, you know. So I literally just did a reaction to the entire comic. Put it somewhere here so you can go and click on it, check it out. I've never done anything like that as far as the reaction is concerned, but I definitely want to give you guys more of an in-depth review. I think that this comic, it was definitely, one, the illustration was done really well. I think that the artwork and the design and the action beats, I think that one of the things that was key for me is that when Bruce Wayne was talking to Flash, he was talking to him about the Button, there's some kind of ripple that happened and where he saw his dad from Flashpoint, which is really interesting. But I'm not going to spoil anything further than that. I just want to make my point that after that point, Flash said that he was working on something. He was dealing with a real serious fight, and it would take him exactly a minute. And within a minute, you see different, you know, tables of different sections that show the progression of the actual story. And within each second, somebody comes, a major villain of the Flash's past comes, and like he just gives Batman the business, man. Like to the point that, like, Batman legitimately probably, I don't know if he's dead or not. I'll put it to you that way. But the way that they actually did frame for frame with each stanza and with each action beat, I thought that was so key because there were certain moments where I was like, man, that time doesn't add up. Like, what is really going on? And at the same time, like towards the end, when something crazy happens with the Button and with the villain and with Batman, like, I literally, I kid you not, if you go back to my reaction, I went back and flashed through the pages a couple of times. I was like, what did I see? And anytime you can take a comic, right, and just like a movie, you go and you pause it and you rewind, pause, rewind, and you go back to a comic page and you push it back and go for it, that is masterful, you know, art. That's masterful illustration, as it were. But I think that the story in the arc itself is so intriguing because, I mean, from the DC Rebirth issue number 1 is evident that that is the Button that the comedian had, you know, upon his death from the Watchmen series. It's like, how does that enter into this world? One of the things that they've always said is there was a source, you know, that kind of is a byproduct of everybody's abilities and where they kind of come from. And even if you look at the Rebirth comic, like, you see them pointing at something that's very much blue, which it would imply Dr. Manhattan, but there's something more to this, and I think that this comic identifies that perfectly. And like what Batman kind of has to go through in this one, I was like, wow, they do this issue justice. I think that I would give this issue, if I had to give it a rating, a 10 out of 10 or a 5 out of 5. I actually really enjoyed this read. I am very intrigued to see what's going to happen in Flash number 21, which is going to be the second part, and I think they're going to go back to Batman number 22. That'll be part 3, and then the last one, which it'll end on, Flash number, I guess, 22. But I don't think the story is over with just yet. But I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. But like I said, I really thoroughly enjoyed Batman number 21 of DC Rebirth, and I will be back for another review for the second part. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and hopefully you go and definitely check out that reaction. I've never done anything like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And oh, by the way, I've got the variations. This is the regular edition. This is the lenticular version where you get to see kind of like the Flash and Batman all at the same time. This is the edition where it's got both of them up there, which I thought this was really beautiful. And then this one's kind of like a really hard kind of feel to it, but it also implies quite a bit. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Keep it locked. JVS ain't gonna stop. Talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.